my name is Charlotte Mellstrom, and my philosophy for pizza making is anything goes. Anything that tastes good will taste good on a pizza. And the pizza we're making today is called Shroombrosia because we're using ambrosia apples and portobello mushrooms. Those are the main ingredients. So first, I'm getting about a cup of warm water. You have to be able to put your finger into it and not be scalded by it once it's in the bowl. And then about a teaspoon of brown sugar. Stir it up. If it's too hot, the yeast will die. If it's too cold, the yeast won't do anything. So I've dumped in about a tablespoon of active dry yeast into the water. The water's warm, not too hot, or the yeast will die. So you let that sit, kind of stir it up a bit. Let it sit for about 10 minutes until it's all bubbly. In the meantime, we're going to make some sage and walnut pesto. So we've got some walnuts. We'll dump some of them in. Probably about that much. Probably about half a cup, maybe a little more, maybe more like 3/4. And we've got some sage and about 4 cloves of garlic. Dump that in there. And some olive oil. Probably about 3 tablespoons or so of olive oil. And then we'll take the magical hand blender and blend it. Now we've got kind of a paste of olive oil and sage and walnuts. The yeast and sugar water mixture is starting to get all foamy, so we can start making bread dough. So we'll take about a cup of flour to start, dump it in, add a bit of salt. The salt slows down the yeast and gives you a bit more time. Then you stir it together and stir it for about 5 minutes straight to build up lots of gluten. Okay, now it's all stringy and gloopy. And we can add in another cup of flour. And start mixing that in. You're going to want to keep mixing it with a spoon until it's really dry, or else it'll just stick to your hands and make a gigantic mess. And once it gets dry and floury, you can clean off your wooden spoon. Dump in half a cup more flour, and then knead it. First it's going to be really sticky, and you want to kind of pick it up, turn it, smush it like that. When I first learned how to make this pizza, I think my dad taught me how to make it. Because my parents make really, really good pizza. So I think, yeah, my parents taught me how to make it. Because my mom worked in a pizza shop when she was a teenager. And they made good pizza. So they taught her how to make good pizza because it was an angry Italian guy. And then they taught me how to make good pizza. Okay, that's probably good enough. You can see that it's not really that sticky, and it's really elasticy. So then, we will roll it out. So get some flour that's left over in the bowl. rolling pin. And the idea is to try and roll it into a rectangle, just really hard. My dad is the absolute master at rolling pieces of dough into very specific shapes. He can do circles, he can do squares, he can do different sized rectangles. I cannot. A rolling pin is key for this. If you don't have one, you can use a wine bottle, but it sucks. You can get some olive oil all over the pan. Kind of smear it around. Make sure you get the oil all the way up into the corners, or else your pizza will stick to the pan. And I'm just going to put it right here. And pick up your gigantic piece of dough.